of the questions I'm often asked, and as we look at this slide that shows the population of our graduate students over the years, Rice had traditionally been an undergraduate-focused institution. The number of graduate students has been steadily growing, and in fact, we are probably closest to parity as we've ever been right now in terms of the undergraduate population and the graduate population. And I anticipate at some point in the next 5 to 7 years, we will have more graduate students at Rice than undergraduate students, which is where the vast majority of our peer institutions are, in particular those with medical schools and law schools in addition to business schools. One of the things I'm often asked by alumni is, are you concerned that the focus on graduate students will impact the quality of undergraduate students? And I say absolutely not. It's just the opposite. The graduate students are critical to the research mission, but they're also critical to the undergraduate experience because they interact with our undergraduates considerably in the classroom. 67% or so of our undergraduate students do undergraduate research. They're often working side by side with our graduate students. So enhancing the graduate student population will only make our undergraduate experience stronger moving forward. And again, we're seeing that the graduate students are growing, the population are growing substantially at the university. Here we see the graduate applications. We've had an 80% increase in Ph.D. applications and 60% increase in master's applications in the last 3 years alone. So significant interest in Rice at the graduate level, both at the master's and Ph.D. levels. And we see the enrollment is continuing to increase. Obviously, there's been a little bit it's more steady this past year, in part because some of the challenges with what's happening internationally, and we'll talk about that also, but we continue to see increases in our graduate population. And then if you just look at the doctoral population, the PhD students, that is substantially increasing over the years. One of the things that we've talked about is improving the quality of our graduate programs across the breadth of the university. One way to measure that is, of course, the U.S. News and World Report graduate program rankings. And our goal is to get more of our programs in the top 10 and top 25. Here we've seen a significant increase in recent years in the number of programs that are ranked in the top 10 in the U.S. News. And this is really key to being able to recruit great graduate students because they want to come to places that have top-ranked programs, as well as recruitment of faculty is having top-ranked graduate programs. And here we see the number of programs that are in the top 25. And again, we've seen a significant increase over the past few years in number of graduate programs that are ranked in the top 25. And we have a large number of them that are just on the cusp that are between 25 and 30. So we hope as we look at this over the years, we will see those numbers continuing to increase as we invest in our faculty and invest in graduate programs. This is something that we want to absolutely grow moving forward. If we look at the fall 2025 entering graduate students, we see here the demographics of those students. Roughly 40%, that number has remained steady over the last few years, a little bit less in this case than 40%. Of our graduate students are international. Recall that at the undergraduate level, that was roughly 14%. And we see here the countries that are represented from our international students. And we see here where these students are going when they come here at the master's level. The largest programs, which is the case at most places, tend to be in engineering and in the business school, the MBA program. But you see here that all of our programs certainly have master's students as well as doctoral students in their programs. Really proud of the successes that our graduate students have had. Here we see a couple of those awards. We had 18 NSF graduate research fellowships and 30 honorable mentions. This is one of the most prestigious awards for graduate students that are doing graduate work, typically PhD work. And we've had 140 major external fellowships in general for our graduate students. Again, a number that has been increasing as the quality of graduate students that we're recruiting has increased over the years. Really excited about the news we just received recently from Seiichi Matsuda, Dean of Graduate and Postdoctoral Programs, where 31 students this year received foreign Fulbright Fellows. To give you some perspective, that is third in the nation behind Harvard and Columbia. And given the size, if you were to normalize that by the size of our faculty or size of our students, it would certainly be much higher than them. Just speaks to, again, the hard work that Seiichi and his team are doing, but our ability to recruit the very, very top students to Rice moving forward, and something that we're really, really excited about, representing 20 different countries. So again, kudos to Seiichi for the great work that you're doing. Really appreciate it. We've put a lot of focus on, again, as our graduate population grows, we know we have to keep up with our peers in terms of the stipends that we provide our graduate students. Expanding the food options. One of the most common things I would hear when I meet with graduate students is they don't have enough places to eat on campus. Some of them do have access to the residential colleges, but we only limit that to a certain number. Many of them are here late on campus. We hope they're here late on campus doing their research. We know they are here late on campus doing their research, and so we've really tried to expand the food options for our students, making sure they have transportation to get to and from their apartments that are around the campus in a safe way, enhancing their health benefits, providing a subsidy for that, just providing them more space on campus, space that it feels like it's for them, right? Traditionally, this has been a place that has spaces for undergraduate students, and finding more spaces that are really designated for graduate students is something that we focused on for our graduate students. So we will continue to make sure that we enhance the amenities that we provide for our graduate students. That's something that will help us continue to recruit the great graduate students here to the university.